So we are back here again at Gigantica. Me and Anna have got a week off and we are here again for the third time. The lake is looking stunning. It's our first day, so welcome to this vlog. It's going to be a bit more of a vlog as opposed to a feature film with all the guys, because next week we're off to Cascading as well. So we've got a busy 2 weeks of angling and a busy 2 weeks of filming. Yesterday we arrived, done the draw, we come out 4th in the draw, so we've done really well there, and we've got our third top choice swim, which was shingles. We're fishing all rods, 18 wraps out towards a little island, heavily baited, and it's our first morning. Things are looking promising. Hopefully we'll see you in a bit with a fish.
Here at Gigantica today. It's Sunday. We've got the rest of the week to go, so I'm not too worried. It's been a little bit quiet, but we're just trickling out some bait and getting our spots established.
So back here again at Gigantica for the third time. This lake is absolutely stunning. I mean, Gigantica is one of these places where every time you come and you just look across the water, it just brings a big smile on your face. There's fish jumping everywhere. The water is that immaculate turquoisey blue. There's green scenery around. It just does not disappoint. This is only day one. It's been super hot today. Not much has come out around the lake, only a handful of bites. But one of the guys, Phil, fishing over in Billy's, has already had a 40-pounder. Like I said, it's only this Sunday, so we've got the whole week ahead, and the guys, predominantly today, have just been getting their spots established, finding a good spot and putting out a good bit of bait. We've already put about 10 kilos worth of bait out. It may sound like quite a lot, but the fish here, once they get on your bait, they just hoover it up within seconds. And then throughout the day, we've just been trickling a little bit of bait here and there, just to keep a little bit of noise going into that area, a little bit of fresh bait, just topping it up now and again. 2 rods are fishing now towards that island at about 18 wraps, and Anna's fishing her rod sort of straight out in front of us at about 14 wraps. We're feeling pretty confident. We're feeling good. We're going to go for dinner in a minute, so we're going to reel in the rods, put some fresh rigs on, fresh bait, get the rods wrapped up, so as soon as we get back from dinner we can just put the rods straight back out on their spots. But for the time being, I think we're just going to enjoy this sun, have a cold drink, and then get ready for tonight. Right, we'll touch base soon. So I just finished doing that bit for today. Before I knew it, the left rod has just melted off. Nice little surprise coming at the end of the first day. Feels like a good fish. Hopefully we get it in, because it'll be a nice start to the week. Get one in the bag early. It's always nice to get one off early. Like I say, it's always easier to turn 1 into 5 than it is none into 1. Just being careful, just because he's crossing over the other line now. Really doing a lot. You can feel it, just the odd shake of the head now and again. Just plodding along. Not really putting up much of a fight, it's just feels like a dead weight basically. Could be a good fish.
He comes in, he gets straight.
We've just had that fish. First thing to do is get a load more bait back out. Get a rig straight back on that spot. As we know, fish are in the area. Gigantica road lake, the fish tend to swim around in packs. More often than not, when you've had one fish, you'll probably find you get a second pretty quick. It's not uncommon on Gigantica road lake to get double takes as well, so I'm going to get plenty of bait back out, another 50 baits, and then we get that fish out and have a look. Yes, first common of the trip, first fish of the trip. It's only Sunday afternoon as well, and we've been graced with this immaculate 27-pound common. What a way to end a fabulous first day. Alright, well done my beauty. We'll get you back, get the rods sorted out, and hopefully we'll get a few more tonight. There we go, first fish of the trip. Absolutely buzzing to get off the mark, especially being a Sunday. Them Ridge Monkey hooks, absolutely bomb-proof, nailed on the bottom lip. Just a simple little blowback rig. Baitworks doing the business. Baitworks works. Right, let's get him back. Next up is Anna on the rods. Fingers crossed for a good night. Right then, off you go. Yes, come on to the next one. Good morning, day 2. Not much to report last night. Very quiet night. Very quiet all around the lake. We only had a couple of liners in the middle of the night, and I think only a few fish came out early part of the evening over in Billy's swim. So today we're going to sort of have a similar sort of plan as yesterday, have a play around with the rigs, try out some different hook baits. And first thing this morning, first job to do is to get a little bit more bait out. So I'm going to put about 100 to 200 baits back out on each spot. just because we want to sort of make sure it's topped up. Like I said yesterday, the fish, once they get on the bait, they can really hoover it up. I think we're going to have a play around as well today with the colour hook bait. I'm going to chop and change between sort of yellows, pinks, reds, whites, different colours to see what the fish respond better to. Right, we'll catch up with you in a bit.
Another really hot day here again at Gigantica, but look what we've got. Really nice little comment. Unfortunately it was foul hooked in its cheek, but it is still a good sign of that there's plenty of fish out there still feeding, that we're baiting up well, and hopefully there's a lot more coming for the rest of the week. So when you get a bit of a foul hook, or if there's any marks on the fish, we use this, which is just a standard carp care kit. It's just a little bit of antiseptic, just to prevent infection, just to make sure that the fish are in really good shape when you put them back. So we've just cleaned off any debris, we've rubbed it in a little bit, and then that's it, he's good to go. So we're just going to put him back now. A really nice little common. I'm sure he's going to grow into a much bigger fish. And we're just going to reset the rods now, put some more bait out, have some lunch, and see what else Gigantica is going to bring us. There you go, little man. You off? He's like, yeah, I'm off.
Day 2 afternoon, and again an absolute scorcher of a day. Bit slow again this afternoon, so me and Anna have spent the time tying up some fresh rigs, making sure that everything sort of is in order for tonight. It's coming on sort of 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Anna's just putting out some fresh bait for this evening. We've been baiting up a spot just down on the margin. Last night fish were crashing there pretty much all night, and the wind has been blowing down into this bank, this side of the lake, pretty much most of today. Anna's just finishing up putting a few spoms out. We're going to get tidied up in a minute, and I think we're going to off and get some dinner. Right, we'll see you in a bit. Over previous years, this lake has been really good to us and we've had good catches. We've also seen loads of anglers have good hordes of fish on this lake, but unfortunately at the moment it's proving really difficult. This time I think only a handful of fish have really come out, particularly from the hot pegs as well. So that being said though, it's fishing at the end of the day. Like everyone says, it'll be called catching. It just makes it all that little bit more special actually when you do catch something. So we're not disappointed, we're just going to keep plugging away at it, keep working hard and get that fish on the bank. So day 4 afternoon, and again a really hard day's fishing. We seem to be stuck in this high air pressure at the moment, but things are looking up though as the wind is now hacking down our end of the lake and really blowing into our corner. So hopefully that's a good sign of things to come and the fish might respond to that. We're going to be going off for dinner soon, so we're going to put some fresh bait out, make up some new rigs and get ready for tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed, things are going to start to change.
It's been another really good day for us here at Gigantica. It has been a bit slow around the lake because of the heat again, but we've had some really good wind today, pushing straight into our swim. So that's really helped us out. I've just managed to catch this really lovely common on a Ronnie Rig. Yeah, really happy. Just shy of 30 pounds, about 29.5. But yeah, excellent catch. Can't wait to just get another rod out and go again.
Day 4, late morning. It's looking pretty quiet and we're just starting to swap the rods over to zigs because the temperature's going to be up again today. And the one that I've had out all night and just left all morning, trickled a little bit of bait in, has again absolutely ramped up. I've been playing this fish now for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Really doesn't want to come in. Got a lot of fish in this lake. fight like absolute demons. You might be wondering as well why I've jumped in the lake. It's because there's a rock that I'm standing on and a fish keeps trying to pull round to my left. The last thing I want it to do is get snagged up in this rock. Come on. Woo! Bloody small. Little bugger. Well, after that epic little fight, I am really chuffed to say I've got a nice looking mirror in my net. Right, let's get him out and have a look. So, £19, Gigantica Road Lake Mirror Carp. Actually really happy to get this one in. It fought like a true demon. Pulled me out into the water. I had to get out there because there was a rock, and that rock I didn't want him kiting round and getting cut off, so jumped in up to my waist just to make sure that he wasn't going to get cut off at all. Caught on a little Ronnie Rig, but instead of using a pop-up, I used sort of a bit of a wafter, an 18mm wafter, slow sinking, so it's sat on the bottom. But that Ronnie Rig, the hook holds are unbelievable. Right, it's going to be a hot day again today, so I don't want to fish out on the bank much longer. Just enough to weigh it, do a quick bit to the camera, a couple of pictures, and then straight back in again. But look at that. Another stunning carp. Only a small one, but there's bigger ones to come. Let's get him back. So it's the end of day 4. It's been a long old day today. It's been really hot again, and we've just managed that one fish. But things are looking up, things are looking a bit promising as the weather's going to start to change, and also a few extra fish will come out around the lake today from different anglers. Going into tomorrow, we've heavily baited a spot tonight. We've put all 3 rods on it, and fingers crossed that might get us a fish, I reckon, early hours of part of tomorrow. If not, we're going to change things a little bit tomorrow, still sticking to the same spots, but we're going to tweak our hook baits, tweak our rigs, and hopefully going into Big Fish Thursday we might pick up something special. Right, we'll see you in the morning. Day 5 and it is shaping up to be another beautiful day here again at Gigantica. This morning I wanted to go through the baiting approach and the baiting style of what I've been doing this week. So we started off the week with about 8 kilos of bait on one spot, so I'm making a big feature of our bait. The fish in here are pack fish and they move around as a big shoal, and when they get on the bait they really get on it and they will hoover it up within no time at all. Been regularly, consistently baiting up, a few spoms at a time, also using the throwing stick as well. One key point to note in here, the bait that you put in as a ground bait has got to be a good quality bait. It has got to be, because the fish just will not touch it otherwise, and you are going to get through plenty of it. This week I've gone for almost 40 kilos just for them 4 fish. Now that sounds like a lot of bait for the amount of fish, but you really have got to keep regularly topping up your swim to be able to get on the fish. Alright, so the bait I've been using this week has been Baitworks, a good trusted bait in here, good fish meal bait, and that has been predominantly Atlantic Heat and raw marines. And the way I've been making that up is I've just been taking a 5 kilo bag, adding it to my bucket, $5 kilos of Atlantic Heat and 5 kilos of raw marine. In they go. I've only been using 15mm, 16mm boilies in here. A lot of other anglers will use a mixture of 15s, 18s, something bigger, something smaller. But for ease I've just gone for the same size throughout. So that goes in my bucket. With that I've added 1000 millilitres or the 1 litre bottle of liquid fish. This liquid really gets down with the bait, and when it gets down with the bait it sticks to the bottom, so even when all your bait's been cleared off, that smell, that aroma will still be in the water. It's such a thick liquid, the depth of this water here, it doesn't sort of hang mid-level, it gets right down to the bottom, it sinks right down to the bottom. So whole container of liquid fish to 10 kilos worth of bait, in it goes. Give that tub a rinse out, shake up. Once that's in there, just going to add a little bit of lake water in as well, not too much, and then with a big spoon just give it a good mix. And then there you've got a fantastic ground bait to put out over, well, any form of hook bait really. We've been using slow sinking, bits of corn, Atlantic Heat, sort of hard hook baits, topped with a little bit of yellow, a little bit of pink on different style rigs to be able to get them bites through the week. Other anglers have been doing a similar sort of method and they've resulted in good hordes of fish as well. So I'm going to put this back now, get a few spoms out, and then keep regularly topping it up throughout the day. day 5 afternoon. It's been a really long day today. I've been working really hard, putting out spoms every sort of half an hour, trickling out a little bit of bait, and eventually late afternoon I managed to get a take. Didn't think it was actually going to happen today. Thankfully, rattled off. They are, Jace, they're definitely on the way down to you now. Quick, get down there, get some rods out. Feel it just sort of bobbing the head. So deep, the lake. The fish just dive straight down, play really hard. Again, this one's come on little Ronnie Rig, 3 bits of plastic pop-up corn, yellow, pink, yellow. Seems to be the smaller hook baits and the brighter hook baits are the ones that are doing the job this week. All of the fish we've had have been on quite blatant hook baits, whether it be yellows or pinks. Brightly coloured hook baits, and either a wafter style setup or popping up just an inch off the bottom. A bit of a longer hook length as well. Really hope we get this fish in. These fish just do not tire. Been in the water now, again 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's showing no signs of letting up at all. Every time I think it's starting to tire, it just takes another lunge. Worked so hard for this fish today. Just waiting for the fish to tire out, not trying to pull it in hard. Just putting a good amount of pressure on it. Just a nice bend in the rod. Just waiting for the fish to keep tiring or swimming towards us, reel it in a little bit. Fish is like a steam train. The one that beat me up yesterday, that did this, well, it's 17-18 pounds. You certainly do not fight like 17-18 pound fish. The adrenaline is definitely going. because we know what some of the fish can grow to in this lake, and we know there is some big 50 pounders, 60 pounders to be had in here, plenty of 40s. And when they fight as hard as this, you always think it's going to be that big one. Still going with this fish. Whenever I start thinking I'm getting somewhere, it makes another big lunge. So after an absolute incredible fight, finally managed to get it in. True testament to those Ridge Monkey hooks. Curved shank size 4 hook. Fished Ronnie Rig style with a little bit of yellow and pink corn. Fished over a big bed of bait. All that bait works that we showed you earlier, all them boilies. What an incredible fighting fish. Right, let's get it back in the water. It's still a really warm evening. I don't want it out on the bank too long. Right, let's get it back. So day 6, and what a change in the weather. It has been really hot all week up until today. It's now packing down with rain and it is really, really windy. Hopefully the rain and the wind will start backing off later this afternoon. We did think that this change in weather might bring on the fish, might land us a few more fish, but actually it's done the complete opposite. Before it started raining this morning, Mark had a really nice scaly mirror, and then ever since then I think maybe only 1 or 2 bites have come from around the whole of the lake. Like I said, it's forecast to stop soon, so hopefully we'll manage to bag ourselves a bite this afternoon. So it's day number 6. It is the last evening. Tomorrow we're packing up and heading off quite early. Unfortunately today, that rain that came through really killed it for us. We really thought that we was going to have a good day, but unfortunately it actually turned the fish off completely for us. On the other hand, Mark, fishing in Tea Party 1, probably one of the most prolific pegs on the lake, fortunate enough to come out first in the draw, has managed an incredible haul of fish today, including a new PB of just under 50 pounds, so well done Mark. Just want to say a big thank you to the guys from Fatfish Tackle for arranging this trip. Thank you very much for inviting us and bringing us each year, and we're really looking forward to next year. It's our last night. We're hopeful that we'll get another fish. Unfortunately, the road lake doesn't really tend to do bites during the night, but we have got a trick up our sleeve. We've been baiting up this far, so we've been baiting up this closer left-hand margin all week, only 8 wraps, and we're going to put a rod on there tonight. So that's it for us. Hopefully we'll have another fish by the morning, and we will see you then. So the rig that we've been using predominantly this week has been a Ronnie rig. Fished really simply, pinned down to the bottom. We've been using about 8 to 9 inches worth of soft coated hook link in the camo, 35 pound, a little bit stiffer, a little bit stronger than I normally would, just because I wanted to make sure that I'm kicking the hook away from the lead. You'll notice there's a little sinker in the middle just to help pin everything down to the bottom. Followed by a quick release clip, little quick change swivel, spins on the spot, can turn and hook that fish in that bottom lip really quickly. The shrink tubing that I've been putting over at the top is in an organic green, and I've been blobbing that down or shrinking that down using a lighter instead of the steam on the kettle. It just gets it even smaller, shrinks it down, and it just hugs that hook, hugs the swivel there really neatly. To finish it off, just a little micro ring swivel with a bait stop, little bait bead to stop it coming off the end of the hook. And I've been placing that in line of where the barb would have been. Quite simply, using a bit of bait floss, we've just been tying down, blobbing off a little bit of plastic corn or bait work sent from hell. And tonight I'm going to make no exceptions, and I'll put out a yellow sent from hell on the margin, hopefully to nick myself that last fish. So it's morning number 7. What a fantastic way to end this trip. Another amazing trip again here at Gigantica with the guys from Fatfish. A couple of hours ago, that Ronnie rig that we put out earlier on in the night, 18 wraps out and a little scent from hell, was absolutely melted off. I'm speechless, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. 6 fish in total on a lake that's been fishing hard. I couldn't have asked for any more. Right, let's get her back, get her pat down, and then we're straight off to Lac de Saint Cassien in the south of France.